Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
I'm just going to start with it's still summer, because that's where we actually are, folks. It is still summer, but we had this early season storm bring snow-capped mountains. Chris catching that from Little Cottonwood Canyon, so above 9,000 feet. We saw some sloppy, wet, early season snow, but it's still summer in the valleys. We were dealing with rain, a soggy start to the day in northern Utah with thunderstorms out there. Still unsettled from our Ensign Peak camera. That ABC4 camera really tells the story of the valley. And we're cooler, and we were a little cranky today with that wet weather, right? It seemed that way, Mother Nature anyhow. As we look at the radar, it's sweeping the region. We now have moisture towards Evanston, clearing Utah. That came through the Wasatch Front, hit the Wasatch back, and is now tracking out of the area. We're starting to dwindle over Spanish Fork Canyon, and just a few echoes of moisture in the northwestern corner of the state. Sell towards Tremont, and that's going to track through Smithfield near Bear Lake. Unsettled conditions, but we're watching that moisture dwindle because our upper level low is actually exiting the region. So as we look at the last few hours, we had more widespread wet weather to start the day. Into the afternoon, it became spotty, and now that moisture potential dwindles. Now, the positioning of that upper level low has allowed for some gusty winds. We saw it yesterday, but today we're seeing those wind gusts staying fairly strong towards southeastern Utah, southern portion of the state. That increases fire danger, and a red flag warning remains in effect until 9 p.m. for the Swell and southern Utah. We already have dry conditions, so a fire start would spread really quickly, which is why that red flag was posted. Gorgeous shot there. That is so pretty down there in southern Utah. You know, Dana's down there and enjoying the upper 70s that we're seeing in Ivins. That Black Desert Sky Cam tells the story. We dropped when it comes to temperatures. It's only in the 50s. Okay, that's a bit of a jolt to the system, especially because average this time of year is the low 80s, 56 in Salt Lake, mid 60s in Castle Country, 60s for the I-15 corridor, mid 70s towards the Four Corners, and only 78 in St. George. So statewide, that cooler air really filled in. It's cool, it's crisp, it's fall-like, and the 24-hour temperature change just shows off how that cold front came in and said, I understand the assignment. 23 degrees cooler in Salt Lake than where we were 24 hours yesterday. 20 degrees cooler in Logan, but we see those drops really throughout the state. Blanding's the only holdout, a degree warmer than where they were. 60s turning into 50s tonight, with the threat of storms starting to taper off as we get closer to about 9 o'clock. Spotty activity until then. 54 by ABC4 News at 10. So the midweek will be interesting. Our exiting upper level low lifts to the northeast and clears our area, but a weakening low off the coast is going to keep things unsettled. Not so much in the way of moisture. That's changed a little bit, but we will see these temperatures staying below average. Taking a look at wet weather potential, it slopes a little bit. It's only a slight chance for the midweek into Thursday and then towards the weekend. So the wet weather potential not coming to fruition as initially the weather models suggested, but the cooler air will stick around. Futurecast walks us through tonight with the clearing of those storms in Cache Valley and some spotty activity in Salt Lake County. We dry out into Wednesday. Trailing little disturbance can maybe bring a slight chance of a storm, but that will be the case Wednesday and into Thursday. Other than that, we'll stay below average with those 70s. Pretty pleasant, cooler air. We've got temperatures that are going to be really nice in the 70s, but little close to seasonal norms, just slightly below. We drop a few degrees as we head into Friday as that low wants to move inland, but that ridge of high pressure builds back with sunny conditions for your weekend. We dry out. We could see temperatures get back to the 80s. I thought we were saying goodbye forever. We'll see. We'll see. There's always a chance. We like to keep it interesting. 60s and 70s. 73 tomorrow in Salt Lake. That will be really pretty. 83 in Moab and St. George. As we take a look at the next 7 days here, you're going to see isolated storms for your Friday. Temperatures below average with pleasant 80s. We've got 90s. Partial lunar eclipse tonight. That's combined with the supermoon. We could see cloud cover. Don't bank on it. As we look at those 70s, we stay below average and a little unsettled through Friday.
Okay, but we're feeling the fall, the winter maybe even.
You're feeling it whether you want to feel it or not. It's cooler out there. We're in the 50s.